that was full of optimism and where my parents really believed that anything was possible. So I think growing up in that environment where, anything was possible, where doing things that were, what one would normally think that were not possible was considered normal. And also very, very optimistic, you always had to look at the glass half full. So I think that's the environment that I grew up in, and it's helped me, probably shaped me, who I am today more than anything else that I've done. I went to undergrad at MIT and at Stanford, right? I think at MIT what I found it was academically very, very rigorous place. It was a great experience, a very humbling experience actually. MIT was extremely humbling. And I think it's good. I think it's very important to be humble and be humbled in life. And I've had so many experiences where I've just been humbled dramatically, right? Top of the world to, complete bottom of the world. I started my career at McKinsey. I was with McKinsey in the Chicago office. But I think once I got into McKinsey and consulting, I found the environment very encouraging, very challenging, very intellectually stimulating, and very values-driven. McKinsey is a very values-driven place. It's, one of my mentors is Ranjit Pandit, and I worked with Ranjit for about a year of the, half the time I was in India. And I actually learned how to think big. After McKinsey, I went to Dell, and I worked with Michael Dell, right? And I think, look, if I think about my formative leadership developmental experiences, working with Michael, I think was one of those things, right? One of the most successful entrepreneurs all time. And from Michael, I learned focus, don't change, focus, right? And Michael is incredibly focused. I mean, even today, runs a company that's $70-80 billion of revenue that he's taken private, but he's very focused on 2 or 3 things. So also Michael is just relentless, right? Is the easiest thing you can do is to give up. And I find in business, the bigger, the higher your aspirations for the business, where you want to take it, the more challenges you'll have and the easier it is to give up. I think Google and Nikesh epitomize this at Google, right? Decide quickly, period. Larry's whole thing is think really, really big, moonshot thinking, right? I think most important to me is the team. I have to make sure that I have a very strong team, and then we work collectively as a team. So I think building teams, I focus a lot of my time and energy, and in India, if you look at our team today, I think we have just a killer team, right? Google in India. So that's one. I think second is have really big dreams of where we want to take our business, where we want to take the country that we're in. So I'm a big believer in, dreams are one thing. Executing the dream and making the dream a reality is where the real power of teams really comes in, right? Lastly, having fun, but having fun at scale, right? So we tend to have sort of an interesting culture where we celebrate a lot, and we are a bit quirky at times, but we generally have a very good time. My view is, when you wake up in the morning, you got to be totally excited about going to work. When you have that, you have magic. By the way, if you want to do amazing things, you have to be passionate, you have to have big ideas, you have to be willing to take a lot of risk, put your neck on the line to say, you're going to go do this. So those are the kinds of things that I look for.